Hey there, Donna. Hey. Yeah. Pretty good. Well, I was reading, you just. I'm going to ask you, do we know about those telephone poles? On 25th? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're for the alley, right? Are they gonna do that before the announcement? They know about it. Okay, they do, until they make stop, at some point. Yeah, because I saw over the weekend all of the phones with saying that they're gonna be working from 6 to 6 or something like that. Like, wait a minute, I could take up a lot of space that we only have for the. Yes, they had a talk with him. Okay. And I'll make sure Jeff has also collaborates with him as well. But they know. Okay. We're good. It's a little agenda and everything. You okay, Gavin? I need to read. Would you cry? Hey. Just need for a second. Hey there, Dakota. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hello. How are you, Dakota?
I'm all right. It's a nice Monday.
Yes, it is. Laura, I gave her the agenda last week. And I don't know what happened that it didn't go out with everything else. But I realized today, because that I have the agenda come to a personal email and UNNC. And I was like, what did I get that?
I did not get it. I didn't either till you obviously sent it.
Yeah,
And I, had enough time to prepare.
thank you.
Cause the outdoors,
Yeah. Yeah, you can't, you really can't, and it's hard to do it during the, you gotta get up earlier in the afternoon, and then if you're there in the afternoon, late afternoon, it's not like you wanna stop to start something. Oh, Hunter's here. Laura said that she couldn't make it, she's on a ladies group that's looking into redistricting or supporting redistricting. So she said they have a meeting tonight at 7. Hey, Hunter. You're on mute. Oh, you're on mute, okay.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I want to ask Hunter, when I came in to set up the computer, all the cables and everything were detached. The power wasn't plugged in or anything for the computer.
Is that because we used the computer for the executive committee and brought it to the other location?
No, there hasn't been a meeting since executive. Normally what happens when we finish the meeting, we just log off, we shut down, and we just move everything into the cubby with all the cables and everything attached, and the power, especially the power plugged in.
Maybe I might have unplugged
Okay.
them. I don't remember, but that was probably me.
Oh, okay.
we know your computer is not powered up at home.
It's not powered up at home. I have it plugged in now, but it's usually not.
That's what I was saying. Habit is hard to break.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is, this is a good example because the camera doesn't seem to be going to Donna right now. I'm gonna keep talking for a second.
Hi, Hunter, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, it's nice to
I
meet you.
don't think I've met you before.
Yeah, I don't believe the system is plugged in. But remember last time Laura had us come early because it wasn't. There we go. Now it's working.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just so you know, Hunter, under video, there is the drop down says Polycom Studio Video. You just have to check that.
Yeah, that's what we did last time too. I think it's just
Okay.
something to the computer camera, which
Oh.
makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. So Hunter is he's been on the board for a while now.
Mhm.
And he's heading up our communications, like taking all that stuff from Raheem.
Great.
And he's actually on the executive committee now too. Hunter, what are you doing on that, Tim?
I'm the secretary.
That's secretary, yeah. So
Nice to see step up people. It's always great. What area do you live in?
I live in Harvard Heights.
Oh, okay.
I'm an at-large representative though, so I'm not a representative for that neighborhood specifically.
he's doing a lot of good work.
Good, that's great.
Well, we're gonna get started. We have a short agenda. That other project is still going on, so don't everybody worry about that. And actually, let me just provide an update for that. The new building that's going in at 4th and Washington, it's across from Surface, the new building. I took some pictures because they were repairing the sidewalks and putting in new, I guess some additional tree wells, but boy, oh boy, the trees are this big, they dug right around the root zone. It was, and they made them really small when they put them back in. So I haven't had, I just saw this last Friday night because Surface had a little outdoor thing, and James and I were there, and I was like, oh my God, what happened here? So I saw when they dug them out, and the whole sidewalk was dug up. But anyway, so that we'll probably have to do a letter or something on that.
So they,
Yeah, because that's messing, But anyway, we're putting that whole Washington Boulevard project on hold for a little bit. So let me go through the process here and bring up the agenda. Okay, so here's our agenda. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. We're going to take public comments. We're going to talk about the Sixth Avenue Elementary School tree planting and block party. There are a couple of council file motions that are before council. We're going to talk about those, and then we're going to discuss any possible future CISs. So that is our agenda. So are there any public comments?
Well, I wanted to make sure if you didn't know about our festival coming up Labor Day weekend on 7th Avenue at Adams, just wanted to remind everyone to come out and sure most people know, but
Hunter, do we have a table? UNNC going to, do you guys know who?
Yeah, we
Is
have
that-
a table and we have a sign up sheet currently out to all the members who are signing up for shifts for the 3 days.
Oh, okay, great.
So we'll be there every day, and I think that we're trying to get different committees to take on certain times so that way they can specifically talk about their committee at certain times of the day throughout the week.
Oh, okay. Laura sent me a couple of documents, one from environmental, one from public safety, for their information about their committees. And I was thinking about doing a template and putting in Canva, UNNC Canva, so every committee can come in and put something. And I'll try to do one for the tree committee if we get a time slot to talk about what we're doing and some of the things we're trying to do. But I'll do it in Canva because that way you or whoever else needs that can always access it because it'll be a flyer in Canva.
Yeah, that would be great. And I can send you the little sign up sheet if you would like to sign up for a time too. I'm sure that would be okay if you want a table for us at some point this weekend or over Labor Day weekend.
Oh, weekend. Well, how about you just let me, I'm really flexible and I live 1 block away. So if there's a slot that's available that no one signs up for, then I'll take that.
Perfect. Okay, that works. And
Okay.
sort of in the same breath, I went to the storage unit this weekend and kind of just looked at what flyers and stuff that we had available there. And there were stuff from environmental committee and emergency preparedness that they talked about various things just kind of under their own wheelhouses. But yeah, I think tree committee would definitely do a great one too.
Okay, and how is storage? Laura said we might be getting, I'm sorry, Donna, just
Oh,
to.
no, I mean-
Okay, and Dakota.
I'm interested and I'm nosy.
Okay, she asked if I felt that all the items in there could fit in a 10x7. And I said, I think so, because we have that block,
Yeah.
plywood block thing, you know. That was a great idea. It was something new, but I don't know how effective it was. And I think the storage cabinets that's in there is not used effectively, you know, we just had little shelves with flyers. So are you guys thinking about trying to move everything to a 10x7 or?
Yeah, so Shaban and I really like kind of condensed a ton of stuff. I think we're like right on the line of being able to reduce our storage space. I kind of just like let it up to Laura. Frankly, I told her, I was like, here's what we did. We organized the closet as well. If you think it's worth it, like let's do it. And I got a very long message back that I have not fully tackled yet. So I'm kind of leaving that up to her, but.
Well, you guys would, she mentioned the cost savings. So, you know, that would be, if you could set up a new one, you could save a couple $100 a month or at least $100 a month. So.
Yeah.
And I still have a key, Hunter, so I could give you my key. I don't know.
Oh, great. Yeah, I currently don't have one, so whatever's easiest.
Okay, Karine is gonna also try to come to the meeting tonight, just so she just sent a text.
Okay.
Then how'd you guys get in?
Shaban went and got Grace's key.
Okay, yeah, I'll just give you mine and then I'm free and you guys can do whatever. Because the lock, even if you go to a 10x7, you'll still use the same lock. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
not-
it's not from them, it's our block. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Any other public comments? Nope. Okay.
None for me.
Not from you, yeah, no, I don't think Dakota has any items. So let's go on, let me just give an update on what's going on with the Sixth Avenue event. So it is a big community block party. This is the layout I worked out with KYCC so far. The fruit truck will be here. All of the volunteers that are coming to do the planting around the school will come and sign up here. The people who are picking up the or adopting the fruit trees, they will be on this side. Here are some of the people that we hope to have or have already kind of committed. LA Sands is going to be there, LA Sanitation, and they are providing buckets, they are providing pruners, and they are providing trowels, the 3-prong gardening tool, to everybody who's getting a fruit tree. So we're going to try to provide as much as we can to help people get the fruit tree and make sure it survives when they get home. There are going to be plenty of instructions. We're also introducing the My Tree LA app, which is something the South LA Tree Coalition is working on. And here are a list of some of the other organizations that we hope will attend. Right now, I had a meeting earlier, we were talking about water, and as you know, UNNC, normally when we have water, we have plastic water bottles, so we want to try to have this be a zero use, I forgot what the word is, but without any plastics or things like that. So we're looking into trying to get a hydration station where we'll have some reusable not plastic cups, but cups, or people can bring their bottles and fill it up. So LA Sands is going to look into it. I think LADWP, they sometimes bring them out for big events, but they're really long trailers. So I'm not sure if that's going to work. But if you guys know of any city organization that has hydration or water stations, that would be great. If you think or come across anything like that.
I know that when they water the trees along the street in Culver City, they have this, setup. But
Yeah, but
I know they must have them here.
yeah, but this isn't for watering the trees. This is for us to drink. That's the thing. Yeah, the KYCC will have their truck, and I think they use recycled water that's been treated water. Yeah. But no, this is for people. Still October is still kind of hot, so we wanted to have hydration stations along the way. So, and then also, Hunter, we're asking the community to volunteer primarily with the tree planting that's going around the school. I think KYCC gets a group of about 5 people, one of their staff, and then 5 volunteers. They do a little training, this is how you do it, and then everybody goes out and they do like 2 different sites. So if we could, they will have a sign up sheet, a flyer or something that we can promote on our website or through our social media, or Laura will send it out. Let's try to get some UNNC or some community, our people, to volunteer. KYCC also has their own kind of volunteer groups that they normally work with, but it would be great to have Jefferson Park community members and residents come out and plant around their school. We're also going to work with the elementary school too. Yeah.
Each of the classrooms that actually gets a family or 2 of theirs.
Yeah.
Should get credit.
And I think the other thing we want to try to do is the contract for KYCC is 3 years of watering and maintenance. Best practice is 5, but at least they're doing 3 years. But what we want to try to do is that 2nd year to work with the schools so they kind of start taking ownership for those trees. And maybe each classroom will take on a tree. So even after that 3rd year, the classroom, the school will continue to water and take care of that tree for the next couple of years until it's really established. So
they can incentivize.
Yeah,
so that, over the year. They get something, party or something special in June.
oh, yeah, that's a great idea, right?
Been there a really long.
Yeah.
It won't be a, hardship at all.
Um. LA Sands also has some books on trees, like, fun coloring books and things like that. They're gonna be providing those a couple of weeks beforehand. I'll take them over to the school with the flyer to promote it. So, we're gonna get the whole school involved, so that'll be another way. And Hunter, my initial thought was that UNNC would have the food tickets for the taco truck and that people could sign up to get the newsletter. But if you've already signed up, are you guys gonna be able to verify that? Or what way do you think we should distribute the 200 food truck tickets?
And they would just be on a first come, first serve basis, essentially, right? Like it wouldn't have to be tied. Because I think we could just give them out. They don't have to sign up to anything, but it would still make them come over to our tent, which would be nice, you know?
Okay, I thought it would be a way for us to increase the newsletter.
I mean,
Okay.
absolutely. I think that should be a goal for sure. I just don't know if there's a way to like verify it. And I definitely don't want to be like, oh, like, let me see if you're on the list before I give you a ticket. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to seem exclusionary, but I think we'll definitely have the iPad there and have the list available to sign up for and maybe, if not strongly encourage you to sign up for the list, at least like hint towards it.
Okay. Okay, so that,
Or like if a kid comes over, I don't want to have to be like, well, sign up for our mailing list. You know what I mean?
yeah, do we think 200? I mean, that is the goal for KYCC was 200. I know we're already gonna have 100 people because we have 100 fruit trees. And then we know we're gonna have at least 50 people that are gonna be volunteering, so that only really leaves 50
Walk-ups.
yeah, walk-ups. So should we try to increase that, or what do you think 200 is 200 and that's that?
It would just be the costs, I imagine, right? Like we would have to pay them more to.
Oh, yeah, well, and I mean, I was basing it on the estimate we did last year at the resource fair. And then I added $500 because I know cost of things have gone up, but she still has not gotten back to me.
Oh.
And I was thinking, when we had the movies in the park, that set up at the council district had, that was a great taco.
Worked.
Yeah,
That's names.
no, it wasn't Nays.
Oh, okay.
Nays is the trunk. I don't know who they were, but did you come to Benny Potter Park for the movies in the park? Hunter, did you
Oh,
stop?
this past week? No.
Yeah, past month, I think,
Mhm.
couple months, whenever it started early.
We were #1 in June, so
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna be in June.
yeah, but the council district had a caterer or a vendor that they used, and they had a different setup. But those tacos were delicious. It was a
I
really,
know Jeff will.
yeah, that's why I was gonna just reach out and find out. Let's see, maybe we can get a little bit more for our money. And there was plenty of
And
food.
good food.
Yeah, and it was
Some of
tasty.
it.
Yeah. Anyway, the other thing is, zero waste. That's what it is. We want to try to have a zero waste.
With that,
So-
does the water station have to be like a city service, or could we like rent from a business that does like a portable water situation?
Yeah, we could rent our own. I mean, we just have to, and actually I mentioned it to Laura the other day, and because we carried over $14,000. Normally it's only 10, but she said we carried over 14, we have extra funds, so if we need to rent a hydration station or water station outside of city services, we could, not to be exorbitant, but we could fund that.
I know one that I only bring it up, and I've seen it used at like events like this before. I have the link. It's called Quench Buggy. Essentially, it's just like either one big like water station with one tap, or they can do like a little mini, like very mini truck with like 3 or 4 taps. I don't think that they're that expensive, especially if you do the single one and you just rent it for the day. But I'm not positive about prices.
Okay, it's called Quench Monkey?
Quench Buggy.
Oh, Buggy. Okay, I'll take a look. I'll look them up and find out.
Do you guys have reusable bottles in your
yeah.
apartment?
I have, well, my personal one.
No, I meant, does UNNC have?
No, we don't.
Okay,
But
No.
that's what I was thinking if, when I was, speaking with Laura, that we could get paper cups. If people didn't come with their own refillable, we would just have, 16-ounce paper cups. And that would help with the zero waste too, to keep it down, so it's all recyclable, so. Okay, so that's the update on that. Any questions, Donna? Anything? So the next thing I want to share, is this city council motion. And there are a couple things I want to say about it. One, this is a city council motion. This year they went into the budget negotiations with the $1 billion deficit. So there were a lot of things that were cut, and this motion came forth after the budget had already been completed. And the money in the city most of it goes in the general fund, so you can kind of request different pockets for different projects. So Katie Yaroslavsky asked for this $600,000 to be in a fund where neighborhood councils, where council districts could ask for on-demand tree trimming. There's an emergency, we've got a big windstorm, and they need to have an emergency UFD come out and remove some trees. So that's what I was like, oh yeah, great, we want to support that. I assume we wanted to support it. But what happened is that, and the normal process is that council member makes a motion, then it goes to the committee that would hear that motion, then it goes back to the full city council, and then it goes to the mayor for final approval, depending on what it is. But when it's funding, that's kind of the process. So what happened with this motion, she made it on August the 8th, and it went straight to council, they approved it, and the mayor approved it. So there's no sense in us trying to write a community impact statement, and I'll show you the mayor's concurrence on this just so we can have it. Let me try to share this. I just thought it was really kind of interesting that it went through so quickly.
yeah, but after all the fires, it doesn't surprise.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Trees that just haven't been cared for in certain neighborhoods will be
Very, and I know that in our council district, Heather Hutt uses a lot of her discretionary funds for tree trimming around here. So,
but it hasn't been done in years.
yeah, that's true.
Years.
So this is the final motion and concurrence from the mayor, and there's the mayor's signature. So I just thought it'd be interesting to show you guys that it went really fast. Normally it goes, council member makes the motion, it goes to the committee, it comes back to the full city council, and then it gets its way to the mayor. But in this case, it was like, so it's already happened, it's already been approved, so there's no sense for us to submit a community impact statement. So that's that. So the next one is for a new initiative. This is an initiative that has been brought forth in conjunction with something that's a project that's going on with UCLA and USC. It's called the Shade LA campaign. And what they are trying to do is not just focus on trees, but also shade structures. People in the Olympics, we have a lot of big events coming up, the World Cup, we have Super Bowl, even though it's not directly right here, and then we got the Olympics, and they're gonna be long lines, and the goal is to try to provide shade, not just trees. So, because if we plant trees now, there's no way they're gonna be large enough to provide shade. So they have UCLA and USC have come up with this initiative, and they reached out to Katie Yaroslawski and several other let's see what else, council members to investigate and try to figure out how we can get more shade. So this is all great, except what they want is for all the different departments to come together with the plan and come back to them. And we know that the city forest officer is now part of planning. She only had 3 people, it was her and 2 other people. One of them, they eliminated that position, so she just has 1 other person. They're inside planning, and they would like them to come up with new permitting processes, not just for trees, but for shade structures like awnings in front of, you know, coffee shops, and, you know, like down Adams, if they were all to have awnings that say Shade LA or LA 28 or something like that. So what they're asking is automation and or streamlining the permitting process and potential improvements related to natural shade trees, including pocket parks, establishing an expedited approval for permit or temporary shade elements, including shade elements for bus benches and modular shade.
Yeah, because they're gonna be using public transit.
Yes, and she wants to have a no car zone, or I think it's no cars for the Olympics. So downtown, all around, no cars, everything is gonna be buses. We were on that mobility, remember that guy came in, Hunter was talking, the mobility guy, team? They
I said
wanna,
Pico in Venice would be all buses.
yeah, all buses, one going one way, one coming the other way, so there are a lot of, so if people are standing out there, maybe it would be good for them to have some kind of
Oh, yeah.
temporary shade structures. Let's see,
Yeah,
optimal.
I do think
tree
that that would
spacing-
be, sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
do think that when we talked to him, there were questions about trees, specifically shade trees, and he told us, you know, it was just true that the Department of Transportation has nothing to do with trees, and that's not. But they're going to be redoing all of Pico and Venice over the next year anyway, so I feel like these 2 programs should go hand in hand, and they should work on building more shade trees along those as construction is happening, or shortly after construction has happened.
Right. So that's why I was gonna start this. I just have a little Word document here, because I didn't write anything, I wanted to get some feedback from everybody, so that's really good. As LADOT prepares, it's Pico and Venice, right?
Mhm.
Mobility. Mobility plans that they should coordinate with Bureau of Street, well, I guess DOT would automatically coordinate with street services, but we'll say street services and UFD to make sure that whatever trees are there are not damaged and that additional trees can be planted.
Yeah, and they'll probably bring in larger trees. Rather, like you said, the growth part is,
Yeah.
but they can, and we know they do, even for filming. If they want to, they can bring in large, even if they're in a container.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
That's,
the one way that our area will become, tree canopy will be increased. We won't have to battle for it.
yes.
Mhm.
And USC recently did a study that showed that, right, let me start over again. The city of Los Angeles has very strict planting guidelines for tree spacing. So you have to be 30 feet from a driveway, 20 feet from a light pole. They don't want the trees planted too close together.
Because they problems happen.
Yes, but USC recently conducted a study that shows that you can have the trees planted closer together and it does not cause any long-term damage to the trees.
Well, look at UNC, all those trees in the community right there, they're not on that kind of program, those trees are closely,
Planted,
yes,
yes.
some streets, the canopy is great. Like magnolias and they're just,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
those
the
magnolias
forest
are-
stuff.
Yes,
Don't even talk about jacarandas. They have them.
yeah. So anyway, I think that's a good, this optimal tree spacing planning practice. I think that's for us to look at that study and, you know, think, well, let's, we have an opportunity to do something, so let's think out of the box. And if there's a study, especially coming from one of our universities, that says that we can have, closer tree wells and greater, planting,
And the impact is not negative.
yes, then let's try to do
Go
that.
for it.
Yeah. Then let's see what we have. A status report from timeline from street services on the progress of adopted standards. So this is exactly what we were talking about, Hunter. The sidewalk and transit amenities program, is that part of what that guy was talking about? That mobility?
I'm not
No.
sure.
Sure, okay. So how do you, what are your thoughts about supporting this? Are there any things about that we don't like? And is Caesar still here?
Was it
Yes,
you?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi,
Oh, I
sorry,
don't see.
Kimberly.
Oh, okay, let me stop the share. Oh, yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting.
You're welcome. So we're on agenda number 5, just talking about preparing a CIS for or not in support of a new council motion that came out last week called Shade LA. It's in the agenda packet, so.
Yeah, no, I read through it. That's why I'm here. I was like, that sounds very interesting. So I'm here to
I think
support. Yeah,
it's going to make a big difference, especially if they're pushing housing and not pushing them, putting in. This might be
It's a way for us to get trees back in the picture,
take
right?
advantage of anything that's out there,
Yes,
cause it's not coming out of them, because they love to green up the center city or what they call South Florida. But we're near the venue and often,
I'm making note of that.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good thing, you know, taking advantage of whatever we can get that will play into our interests
Yes,
and
Yeah.
all of the green spaces, parks and such that we haven't. Like, you know, the one on Jefferson that really didn't get enough tree,
oh,
Yeah.
Leslie Shaw Park,
Yeah.
yeah,
it wasn't something that they found interesting.
Mhm.
And this will, because all the green spaces in the area that close to where it's being used,
Mhm.
they want them to appear better,
Mhm.
and that'll be helpful. Cause now we have to beg what we won't have to pay for. So it's good.
sorry, so I might have missed the discussion for the Shade LA. Did they propose something? Like I know they're like, they're trying to put more shade where it's needed. Is there something specific that they're focusing on right now, or anything you guys?
Yes, so UCLA and USC have come up with a campaign called Shade LA, and it's not just to bring new trees, planting trees, but also shade structures.
Right.
And this is to help, for instance, like at one of the metro stations, there would be shade sails, there would be misting, things like that to keep people cool. All these long lines, we're gonna have, several million people here during the Olympics.
Right.
So Katie Yaroslawski put forth the motion, which is what I just shared in the agenda packet.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
saw,
even
I
hear-
saw it.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
so what she's doing is asking this motion, asking several different city departments to report on the feasibility of getting some of these things done.
Okay.
So I put it on agenda to see if we want to submit on behalf of UNNC, community impact statements, would support or not, or some other things that are important. And Donna made a good point because of all the housing and the way developers can circumvent because of ED1, not planting trees, that this is a way for us to get some additional trees.
Right.
Also, Hunter made a point, let me just see. Hunter. Oh, I'm not sure. I think you were there, Caesar.
Yeah.
The mobility, LA Department of Transportation did a big presentation at the last UNNC meeting.
Yeah.
And they talked about Pico and Venice being just buses going one way. So this would be, we can talk about if they're going to be making adjustments to those streets that to include tree plantings along those.
Makes
That's
them
amazing. Yeah.
present.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring up cause the idea too of since I don't know, you probably heard that I wanted to bring up a park in Jefferson Park because we're very park poor. It turned out to be like CD10 after we met and discussed like how park poor we were. They have come up with 3 motions to create new parks in the vicinity of Jefferson Park. So then I was like, okay, this is great. But then Laura, me, and then people from TPL and Lonnie, were like, okay, well, this is good. So maybe we need to come up with the green master plan. Okay, so not just focus on park, but also on greenery. Like where can we put more shade, like trees and things like that. I was like, oh, that sounds like a really good idea. Like let's not just focus on one park, like let's focus on greening up all of our neighborhoods here. So yeah, I was very excited to see that there's a tree committee, and I was like, oh, I need to maybe, join forces and like not try to do everything alone. So I'm here. So I was wondering how do you guys go about like discussing or like proposing where to plant trees? Is that a thing you guys do?
Yes, we can. We just started a few months ago. A couple of projects that we took on were Washington Boulevard. We're identifying all of the empty tree wells. I mean, this information is already public information. There's the Tree Keeper site. It's a city site that lists every single block, and it tells you what trees are planted, the species of trees, the size of the trees. So that information is.
Wait, tell me the website again. Tree what?
Oh, Tree Keeper.
Keeper.
I can, when I get home,
Tree Keeper, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you.
And it's great. So if there are new plantings that happened a month ago, they may not be in there already, but we can put in any one of our blocks and we can see the trees in front of our house. So, so we're able to, we were thinking about working on the commercial boulevards initially, because there's a lot of pedestrian traffic and we have empty tree wells, we have dead trees. So we were starting off with Washington Boulevard, and each of us took a section, and then we were going to move down to Jefferson Boulevard, as we found more time. But we have other projects going on. We have the big.
Yeah, I'd love to join that. That's amazing. Yeah, that's.
And then the project for the school there.
Yeah, the 6th Avenue
the
Elementary
6th
School.
Avenue, yes.
There weren't any trees.
Yeah, do you know that
Sadly.
school?
Yeah, that's where my kid goes to school actually, so it's gonna be great.
Oh.
I already see the holes where they're gonna be like planting the trees.
nice.
So it's very
Yes, yeah. Yay. I'm gonna take some credit on that because that's a big project that the South of I have a nonprofit in South LA Tree Coalition, and we're leading that project with LA Sands. They have a grant called Belief in Equity, and KYCC and LACC did the cutouts. And we went out, we measured it, we talked about the species of trees. So and UNNC, I'll just go back a second. If you guys don't mind, Hunter, Donna. Oh, okay. Let me just show you a little bit about what we have going on there.
Yeah, there's another thing happening on 6th Ave. They're like proposing to make that into like the after hours into a park. And
Laura mentioned that to me. I don't. I'd like to know more about that. Considering that we're already we started this part, but
Right.
yeah, so this is what we have going on. This UNNC, let me see if I can increase this a little bit. UNNC, this may have happened before you joined the board, but they're funding the taco truck.
Yeah, no, actually, I was there for that
Oh, okay.
motion, yeah, and approving it. So I was like excited that this is happening. So I was like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty good. We're looking also KYCC. What they're doing is getting all the volunteers, they will have the trees, they will put together teams of 5, they'll go over instructions on how to plant a tree, and then each team of 5 goes out and will plant 2 sites. You know, they gotta dig the hole, they gotta, you know, put the stakes in, they gotta water, it's a little process they have to it. So we wanna get as many volunteers, neighborhood people to volunteer for that part. And then at this side is the South LA trees, fruit tree adoption. There's a pre-registered process where people will be able to get free adopt free fruit trees. So yeah. So yes, this inside the interior of this school, can't see it, is without trees. I mean, there are 2 little trees in the corner and then that's that. So it'd be great to work on a greening project for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that actually before, right, Hunter? Initially about greening the inside of the school, so.
And yeah, the event's October 18th, which I think is a Saturday.
October 18th. Yeah, 10 to 2. And I think the councilwoman's gonna come. We're gonna have a photo op with everybody shuffling. We wanna try, maybe work with one of the Spectrum or one of the other local television stations to come out and make it, you know, promote it through their, with one of their reporters.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, just elevate it to make it a really, you know, worthwhile.
It's important.
It is.
Yeah.
Have a school that has no shade, has no trees,
Right.
is awful.
Right.
And I don't even know how that happened. But, you know, the park there is limited with trees and right next to the library.
Right. No, my son comes sunburn all the time. I'm like, I forgot to put
I mean, and we're horrified.
Yeah.
Me and Teresa went there and said, we asked for a sale and it was like asking, can you give me your arm?
Yeah.
We asked for a shade sale and it was like, wow.
Yeah.
There was some community resistance to that too. But the main thing is that what we found out, because Don and I both used to co-chair the UNNC Recreation and Parks Committee, is that to construct a shade sail would require actual reconstruction because it has to be mounted with cement in the ground, and there's some other like engineering ordinances or rules or regulations to put up a shade sail. So but I think, and then some of the people were like, well, we designed the park, we didn't want a shade sail, and I'm like, okay.
And they don't get sunburned.
Yeah, they don't, yeah.
We're not sure who they are or where they're from.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if anybody ever wanted to take on being Recreation and Parks Director again, Don and I can certainly, we'll show up at meetings and support and help. Yeah, if somebody wanted to lead them.
You just won't share it anymore.
Yeah.
Fair enough,
And also, I think when Astrid, who is the park director for Benny Potter Park and the South Seas House, when she comes back, she's going to try once again to establish a community park advisory board. I think she tried and she got a few people, but they didn't get off the ground. So
yeah, I feel like I would join because I feel like, you know, they're like I'm putting myself out there, but I'm like, I don't have any background in any of this. And I'm like, as I learn more and I hear that there's other people that are trying the same thing I'm trying, I'm like, can I just join their group as opposed to me like starting a brand new one? Like,
yeah,
I don't want to start a brand new
All
thing.
the parents in the community, this park and the other park on Jefferson are like family.
Right.
And what there's not down there, there is up here, and the library can be a part of it. So
Right.
you parents, my kids are will be parents hopefully soon.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's great to have that support for each other, so.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I've met so many like friends at Leslie Shaw. Like it's amazing what the little park can do to bring the community
Yeah, it's
together.
a big deal.
Yeah, and the first thing that one of the people that we met there, they're like, "Well, I can you go tell them to put more shade in this park?"
See, voices come
So,
together.
Yes.
yes.
And you know, the other little problem with that is that it's a pocket park. So our park has an actual director.
Yeah.
She's, you know, because it's a big park and it's the annex and it's the South Seas House.
Yeah.
Then park is just really maintained by maintenance. They don't have a director there. And the cutoff for Leslie Shaw, sorry, yeah, Leslie Shaw. And the cutoff is it Adams? So everything north of Adams belongs to one area and south of Adams belongs to another. So it's not even like we could fold that into Astrid's responsibilities, like
Oh, I see.
to make her the park director of both. So, but I think that if we could somehow, we'll certainly
Establish a
support you.
partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is amazing. So I'm all for it. So
Yeah. And if anything, I'm right now we're kind of focused on getting this tree planting event around the school. But if there are things that you guys have a meeting, you want me to join in, let me know. We'll support it. This group, the South LA Tree Coalition, will support it too. So
yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out a meeting with the deputy of planning to see what we're gonna do. But we'll let you know. Thank you.
So let me just update Hunter and Dakota and Donna.
Yeah.
There's a thing called community parks. And that is a plan to allow schools that have the capacity to have a park that's open on Saturdays and Sundays. And Pio Pico, which is a school near here, they have that. It's open on Saturday and Sunday. So the thought was that there could be the same thing with 6th Avenue School, to have it open as a park on the weekends.
Right. And actually we're already taking advantage of it. My son, he's 5 years old. We take him on Saturday to play, like they call it sports, and there's like a coach there and they play sports. It's really cute. Yeah.
So the school already, is that through the school or is it?
It's through Park and Recs. So it's
Oh,
already open as a park. And there's like people that come and show up and play like board games and things. Like they don't have to do sports. It's just like a park. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, they bring like a van with all kinds of things.
Yeah, well, it's not they just bring balls and
so does the principal open up the school or how
no,
does it?
Parks and Recs has a key to this site.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's happening. So this is really good. It's really good.
Yeah, and the
And
more
it's not very
people
well known
that-
because not that many people show up. Only like this is my kid
that's
and
why it
probably
needs to
kid,
get
yeah.
out. Because
Yeah.
more people, if they knew about it, would come.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
have no idea.
Exactly.
I know some people don't know about our festival and they live around the corner.
Right. Yeah. Why? Like, how do we do
No.
this?
Don't feel bad.
No, it's
Okay, well, I only have one other thing, and that's just for maybe a future agenda item, is that right now the city, at our past election, there was a referendum on charter reform, and they've started having meetings, and they're trying to work on how possibly enlarging the city council, or there are a whole bunch of options that are going up. But when I look at the city charter, there are a lot of things on there that I feel can be brought to their attention to make adjustments. And one of them is urban forestry. Urban forestry, in the city structure, you have a department, and then you have bureaus, and then you have divisions. And urban forestry, UFD, is a division. And I think that if it's brought up to the bureau level, that it would be given more responsibility, it would have more impact.
Bigger budget.
It require a larger budget, but we wouldn't have to go through street services when, there are things that they're restricted by street services. Well, we don't have the time to do that. We don't have the money to do that, some innovation.
And
So-
more the interest.
Nor the interest, exactly. So if my thought was if they're gonna be reimagining the charter, maybe we need to advocate to have UFD as a bureau under Public Works and not parallel to street services, not underneath street services. So it's just something, I don't even know if the
Climate change
charter, oh, that's a good point.
requires it,
Yes, that's a good point, Dawn.
so by bringing that up, because we are.
Yeah.
The burning up of we're talking about all kinds of things with the ocean and the heat,
Yes.
so having more trees and greenery is helpful.
And also, it would show that the city has a commitment to sustainability, environmental justice, not just having our tree thing way down here. I mean, it's already getting screwed by lack of budget. They almost had to lay off 45 people, but then those people were able to at least keep their jobs and be reassigned, but they lost positions. Let's
Make it more important.
yes, and show us, show the community how important these things are. So I will find out if this is kind of like in the weeds. Maybe the Charter Reform Commission is just looking up here. But if there's a way we can advocate for this, then I think, well, why not? So
Yeah, that'd be cool. That makes
Tuck it into somebody's pocket.
yeah, or just put it in the back of someone's head.
Good.
Let's talk about the UFD. So, okay, so that's about it. Does anybody have anything else?
I actually just going back to what was it, Project Shade for a second, or Shade LA. Looking at their
Yeah.
website, I see that they have a focus on trees, but a big part of their prioritization is getting just shade over trees, like using structures or, like you said, a canopy before. I think that this is a great thing to support, but I think that we should, with a caveat, say, our district has the least amount of trees of basically any district, and we really would love your support to add more shade in our district, but we would love that if it came mostly in the form of trees. I think obviously like protected bus stops are great and things like that, but I feel like trees would go a lot longer way for us than structures.
And knowing that any trees that we plant now, we won't have the benefit of that shade for 5-7 years. I mean,
So much so that they're building canopies for the Olympics.
Yeah.
They know that there's
yeah,
a lack.
yeah, that's right.
We
So,
don't have to tell them, they know it's there.
okay, so for us, UNNC is interested in supporting this with the caveat that we want to focus more on trees and growing our shade canopy than an actual structures. So if we could, normally the trees that are planted are 15 gallon, but maybe we do a big 24-inch box where we have bus stops or where we have the metro hubs or something like that to kind of get a head start on getting the trees going. So, okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll write up a letter and I'll send it out to the little group, and then we'll just have Laura put it on the governing board agenda instead of, coming back here and then going back. And then also just so you guys know, when UNNC submits a CIS, as we did, which reminds me, but first let me go back. When we submit a CIS, we can go in and speak at city council and we get extra time because we're there as a neighborhood council. So on Wednesday, remember a couple months ago, 6 months now, maybe, I don't know, that guy who hacked down all those trees downtown. The city council person for downtown, Isabel Jurado, put forth a motion to increase the penalty for damage to trees. We wrote one in this group and we submitted it. The board approved it, and that's going to be heard on Wednesday. And I was thinking if I get, my schedule together, I can go downtown and speak on the importance of trees that we see that get destroyed, especially in our commercial districts. People hack down trees mercilessly.
Yeah, it's also car crashes into trees. I feel like that needs to also be a thing because it's like cars crash into trees all the time, and sometimes they don't get replaced, and I'm like just stuck.
No,
Yeah.
So maybe
so little, and a lot of the businesses don't want a tree in front
Yeah.
because they don't want to take care of it.
right.
And in
And
some
then-
areas, and then in other areas, they're hoping
Oh,
for
yeah, they want trees because having shade increases pedestrian,
traffic.
yeah, it does, it does, so. Anyway, so that's why it's great for us to put these CISs in. It gives us opportunity to go and speak for council and talk about how important they are to our communities. Okay, well, thank you guys, thank you everybody for.
All right, can
joining-
I just bring up one last thing?
Sure.
New business.
Yeah.
So I was tasked to create, or I don't know if I was tasked with it, but this is how I see it, to create a greening master plan for like Jefferson Park and like the community. I'm like, wait, how do you even go about this? Like, so I was like, let me go to the tree committee, and I was wondering if you guys have like, that's why I asked earlier, do you guys have like a specific plan that you guys follow? Like, um, to
No, we
planting
don't, but
trees?
so what is your idea of what a when you say greening, are you talking about just trees or what are you talking?
So I'm talking about like, like parks, like tree canopy on the streets, like shade in general, and green space. It's including streets and like, including pocket parks, vacant lots that could be turned into parks, or even alleys that can be turned into parks. So, or not even parks, just like a walkway, like a green walkway situation. So do you guys, so and then I was thinking, okay, maybe we can like have a tier level system where like, yeah, give priority to like, like walkability. Like we should have a bunch of trees like close to the train so people can, walk to the train in a shaded corridor.
Yeah, there's first mile, last mile.
Exactly. And then maybe if we find like a pocket park, then that could be like a tier 2, like that requires more effort. And then a tier 3 would be like a big park where you can have like a dog park and playgrounds and things like that. Um, so that was like that's where I'm starting to think, and like the basic research I've done. And I was hoping you guys had like some plans so I can be like base it off of you guys a little bit too. But if it's
So,
not, then I can maybe bring something next time and propose it to you guys and see what you all think. Um,
so just 1 second, let me share something with you. So what I feel, knowing Laura, she said, oh, well, let me give you something and here you go, you can design a master
yeah,
plan.
that's how
And that's her way of getting involved in my stuff, the trees, which I am just not happy with. So let me just share this with you though. So when we started this project, we started this committee,
yeah,
I went into Tree Keeper and I identified all of the trees along Washington Boulevard.
okay,
And we all took sections so we can verify where we are with this. This is kind of on pause right now because we're trying to get this school tree planting together.
right,
So this is an information you can find in Tree Keeper, and it has every single tree, the type of tree as I mentioned, the size. And if you, I mean, I can probably go in or you can go in, I can give you there's a way we can do it council district or we can do a neighborhood council. Initially, that's how it was created. They surveyed neighborhood councils, all the trees, and then they went to the next one, So we can go in and identify all of the tree wells, empty tree wells, all of the trees, all of the stumps, all of the places where there's a potential for additional planting and have that.
right. As a
if-
base, like yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, when I did that, I walked down Washington and there were a lot of just empty, like gated spots for trees that didn't have a tree in it, and I feel like that would be the easiest way to
Right,
get a
like
little more green in here.
that
Yeah.
makes sense to me. Yeah.
The issue with that, Hunter, is who's going to do that?
Mhm.
So to plant a tree, we have to be able to guarantee that we're gonna have watering for 3 years for that tree. Or the city won't let us plant a tree. Now, we could do guerrilla planting. I know we're on YouTube, but we can do guerrilla planting and just say the hell with it. This, you know, we're gonna put a tree in that we know will survive there, and we're just gonna go ahead and do it ourselves. But there's kind of a process, if the UNNC is going to do it, that we have to apply for the permit, we have to go through this process, and we have to be able to guarantee that watering for 3 years. So what would you, Caesar, what are your ideas when you're thinking about trees? Did you have any other ideas besides what I just mentioned?
No, this is why I came. So I wanted to get more ideas.
So, we're still working on Washington Boulevard. I mean, I can send you, we can talk tomorrow, or I'll email you. I have your email, give you the link, and you can go in and look at Tree Keeper and talk about what information and data is available to us.
Right. So so your plan, from what I'm hearing, is like you guys just go street by street and just identify specific spots. There's no like a plan that you guys are following. That's just so we can.
That is our plan. We started off with Washington Boulevard because we saw a great need in Washington Boulevard.
Right.
There are 5 people that come to this committee, so we were like, okay, we're gonna knock out Washington Boulevard, and then we're gonna figure out figure out, can we get a grant? Can we get, you know,
so that
some
makes
other
sense. That makes sense. Thank you. Yeah. So I see what you're doing. So this is perfect. So this is can be like our starting point, and then maybe next. Yeah, and I'm just taking this on me. Like I don't, I because I was told to create a master plan. So I was like, wait, what does that even mean? Like, what is
and you know, whoever told you that, you know, maybe they should do, the question should have been, why haven't you done that already, Laura?
Yeah, right. Like, what does that even mean? So I'm like, okay, so
Sorry.
okay, no, this is fine. I'm sorry.
And if they have a master plan, it already exists, but they're not
right.
doing it.
Like, aren't there like general planning?
Yes, I'll bet you there is. Somebody's time.
Yes.
Right.
Look, and
Their
you're
community plans, there's a lot of, and urban forestry, and actually, if you go to the urban forestry site, they tell you where they're gonna be doing tree trimming this season.
Right.
Based on funding, where they're gonna be doing tree planting. I mean, it's based on equity, but as we all know, it's hotter in the valley than it is here. It's hot here, but we didn't have 105-degree weather last week. The valley was just, you know, on fire. So, but
no, thank you for your time. I'm sorry. This is fine. This is fine. Thank you.
I mean, we can certainly start off with Washington Boulevard but if you need to know where we are right now, I can show you the canopy for UNNC right now, and where things are. And
I would love to see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll talk. I'll email you and we can set up a little meeting to talk.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything else, anybody? No?
Sorry. Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. I'm good.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. Okay, great. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you. And we're probably going to meet again next month because it's a month before the event. So we're going to all meet next week. Okay.
Good night.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye. Bye, Dakota.